We are here in Bwikwe district, central Uganda, at Mr. and Mrs. Haruna's homestead. They are planning for their daily farm activities. That couple applies the Enabling Rural Innovation approach, in short ERI. ERI empowers farmers to do farming as a business. Mr. and Mrs. Haruna receive a phone call from one of their coffee buyers. Together with their group members, they are planning to sell coffee. The Harunas are members of their group's marketing committee. In that position, they are responsible to maintain good business relationships with their buyers. The buyer comes at the beginning of the harvesting period to check on the quality of the group's coffee. After having conducted market research, the group selected coffee as the most profitable commercial enterprise. In this area of central Uganda, climate conditions and soils favor the production of good quality, Robusta and Colonial coffee. They developed a business plan for the group enterprise that guides them in production and marketing. Mr. and Mrs. Haruna learned through ERI that if they want to make profit from the enterprises, they need to produce according to market demands. Their group has now a stable contract with the coffee buyer. Marketing their produce not only individually but also as a group helps them to produce bigger quantities and therefore get better prices. ERI emphasizes that farmers should produce what they can sell rather than selling what they have produced. As such, ERI develops the entrepreneurial capacities of farmers. But what does ERI really stand for?
Well, ERI is an approach that empowers farmers to take informed production and marketing decisions. It is an approach that helps farmers to decide how much land they shall allocate for food security and food crops, and it is an approach that would inform farmers to decide how much land should go into cash crops for income and income security.
Yeah, when we talk about innovation in ERI, it's not something completely very new, but we are talking about doing things in a new way. For example, when I met Mr. and Mrs. Haruna 4 years ago, they were farming, yes, but they are doing things in a more subsistence way for survival. But after these trainings of ERI, they got organized in a group and started planning ahead. For example, planning for the markets, how to use their natural resource base, and they also could address these issues of food security so that they are secure. So now they manage to get good incomes for the family from the enterprises that they manage. Yeah, so today I come here with Edith, one of the facilitators. She works with YAD. YAD has a long experience in applying this approach, and I come here at least 2 times a year to check on the progress of this farmer group and see what they have been doing, how they are progressing, and what they are also planning for the future.
Mr. Amos and me have come to their garden to come and see good banana management, and the couple has been explaining to us how they manage their bananas in order to get their big bunches and be able to sell them at around 20,000 shillings, and how they control pests in their garden, and how they manage the soil through digging trenches and planting elephant grass, which helps them to control water. And also the elephant grass is used for their animals, which later they bring back as manure to their garden to help and fertilize their garden for them to be able to get the good bunches that they can sell at a very good price.
Edith, I'm already impressed from the first garden I'm here. So what is it about intercropping coffee with bananas?
So this second garden is the one for food at home. The first garden we saw was for income, and the second garden is for food. So since bananas work well with the coffee, so they intercrop it with the coffee, in that the coffee is used now as a market enterprise. And then when we continue that side, we have the agroforestry trees intercropped with these banana plantation and the coffee, and we also have some fruit trees whereby they can eat these fruits at home, and the children, even if there is no food, they are able to eat these fruits on time.
In the project ERI, we try to identify where are the resources of the farmers, of the people, where do they have talents and resources, and then we enable these resources in order that they can become active farmers. Active farmers means that they take in hands their own future, their own market situation, and become active farmers in the sense that they have access to the market, that they can actively plan their future and their life. ERI is a project of joint learning. That means not only the farmers are learning in the course of our training sessions or when they meet for evaluations or for reviews, how they develop their programs, how activities are going on, but also the institutions, the organizations are learning. That means also we as Horizon 3000, we are part of this learning group. Every day, every session gives us new inside views, new perspectives, and we include them in our programs.
Mr. and Mrs. Haruna are now on the way to another training in business planning. They have so far invested a lot of time into building their capacities to become confident entrepreneurs as they are now. In the last 1.5 years, they have undergone several training sessions in ERI. Once a week, they meet with their group members at an agreed meeting place at one of their members' home. ERI is a process that consists of 5 key modules. Each module comprises several training sessions that use a wide range of participatory methods and tools. The first module is participatory diagnosis, where farmer groups assess their current situation and identify clear goals that they want to achieve as a group. Also, the Harunas have clear goals in mind that they want to realize.
The couple, they have told us that last year when they saved their money, their vision was to educate their children but to better schools with good standard, and that they have achieved that. Now their children are now in better schools and they're achieving a good education. And then another vision they had was to construct a good house.
Under the second module, participatory monitoring and evaluation, farmers learn how to keep track of the progress towards their set goals. For that purpose, the group's monitoring committee moves from household to household in order to check on the agreed activities and achievements in each member's household. The third module is participatory market research, where farmer groups conduct market visits and identify new market opportunities. They use that market information for selecting viable and profitable enterprises.
Farmers would visit markets and through easy recording sheets collect price information, collect information on quality required by intermediaries, by traders, and then return to the community, share it with other members of the community, and do easy cost-benefit analysis, risk assessments, to decide whether a certain cash crop is really a promising cash crop. And only when these very simple but effective assessments are positive, then farmers and the entire community would go into a new agro-enterprise.
Within the fourth module, farmer participatory research, farmers learn how to conduct agricultural experiments. Experiments are not only done at group level, but also individual households run experiments, such as Mr. and Mrs. Haruna, who want to find out how tomatoes grow best on their farms. Today's training is in business planning, which is part of enterprise development, the fifth module of ERI. Farmer groups develop sound business plans for their selected enterprises. They learn how to build up strong business relationships and strengthen their negotiation skills. The role of facilitators like Edith in the whole process of ERI is to guide and coach farmers through all the modules. But farmers have to take the initiative. The group does not only meet regularly for trainings, but they also come together for reviewing their goals, planning for next steps, and once in a while evaluating their own performance. After a long day of intensive work, the Harunas are finally heading back home. They are confident because they know that they can make good business out of their farming. Since they started with ERI, it has not been a bed of roses for the Harunas and their group members. They have invested a lot of time and energy into learning new things. ERI does not bring quick benefits, but it rather tries to change people's attitudes and behavior, which is a lengthy process. The Harunas and their group were focused enough, and now they can be proud of their achievements at the end of the day.